2 minutes, everybody, 2 minutes. It's Friday night, everybody. One minute, everybody. 1 minute. Like and share right now. Come on in, everybody. In another minute, you're going to hear that cackling fool. I'll be sad to spring that on you. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. Watch this, everybody.
What the United States is going to do more specifically to set up a permanent infrastructure, and relatedly, is the United States willing to make a specific allocation for Ukrainian refugees? And for President Duda, I wanted to know if you think, and if you asked the United States to specifically accept more refugees.
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay,
It's torture.
first. Okay, I can first.
Sheer torture.
Okay, I can first.
Let that sink in a minute. Damn, everybody. All I can say about that is damn. One breath away from being commander-in-chief. And the potato head can go at any moment. That's the truth about it. And Moonshine, you're right. It is an embarrassment to the whole country, to the whole world. As she was sent over to Poland and today Romania. And really, I don't know what her mission was, other than to go over there and act a fool. And to that end, she got the job done. She really did. But I want to say this, she did not answer the damn question. It's what this country was doing to facilitate getting Ukrainians the hell out of Dodge and maybe offering a helping hand and bringing some to this country. But here's my thoughts about that. As we've seen this country, or this administration, the potato heads administration, invite people into this country by the hundreds of thousands, whether they be tripping across the border or being brought in from Afghanistan just willy-nilly. Not even the people that really helped us during the Afghanistan war. In other words, he just brought in any schmuck they could round up, and also any potential terrorists they could round up. They are now in this country. But here's what I think about that she didn't answer that question. Ukrainians are, for the most part, white. Ukrainians are, for the most part, educated. Ukrainians, for the most part, I do believe they're more conservative than they are liberal. We certainly know this. They've got guts, and they'll fight for their country. So that's what I think about it. And I'm sure there may be many out there that feel the same way when you look at what's going on. But hey, before I get too deep into that subject, I did want to bring up some good news, and I did write about it in the description of the show. And there is some good news. Judge Young, down in Milam County, the one that took Patrick, he and the prosecutor, took him on a 3-year ride through hell through the court system down there. Well, he was not guilty of the charges. And of course, we all know now that the courts now have ruled and overturned cases that are exactly the same as Patrick's, or I would say almost exactly the same thing. Criminal carry, which he was not doing. But anyway, Judge Young lost his bid for re-election, and that's a good thing. You don't need these guys in there too long where they can jump on that retirement bandwagon. Yeah. And I'm sure he's probably already there in some way. But this guy, I think his name was Bill Whitmire. I think that may have been his name. He knocked the race was pretty close. And it's like I said, you know, if Judge Young would have just done the right thing, and he knew from the get-go that what they were doing was a stretch. He knew this. And he knew that the arresting officer was less than a stellar individual, a veteran himself, that could do this to a fellow veteran, and especially a fellow veteran that is a true war hero. That's what I'm saying, everybody. It's absolutely incredible. But we want to thank God that he saw fit to take Judge Young out of office. And I'm sure maybe our 3 rallies we did down there may have had something to do with that. But like I said, the race was close. It was close. Now, I don't know about the DA. I couldn't find it in the write-up I was reading about the situation. But I'll dig into it a little bit further and let you know. Yeah. So that's a good thing. You know, I wrote in the description there, you know, that I feel a rally is brewing. I do feel that way. You know, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and, you know, you may not recognize the things that are going on. You just may not know about it, especially if you're of the age where you're working and trying to keep your family afloat, especially with this Biden inflation that's going on, these Biden gas hikes that are going on. That's what I'm saying, everybody. These things were going on long before Putin's attack on Ukraine. Inflation and gas prices were going up all through 2021. And now he's out there trying to spread the narrative that it's Putin's fault. Well, you can give the last few weeks Putin's fault. But you can also say, hey, it's the potato head's fault. It's his fault. Because his war on energy in this country, especially the oil industry. I mean, you can look at video after video, and I can go out there and find them, but you've probably already seen them on the news, especially, well, unless maybe you watch CNN or MSNBC, ABC, CBS, and all those wonks, liberal wonks. But you heard all through the 2019 campaign about how he was going to go after the oil industry and how he was going to hold them reliable. He's going to hold them reliable. I think he may have meant accountable. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. So this thing goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The lying is just astounding that comes from our government, from Biden, from Jen Psaki, and the list runs on and on. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schifferbrains, all those people. Certified liars. And the media, if you listen to the mainstream media, you're getting a dose of those lies every day, every hour. It's what you're getting. They're trying to brainwash you into thinking this is all Putin's fault. No, it's not. It's Joe Biden's fault. So let me say hi to a few people that are joining the chat line right now. Charles Copage, how are you doing? And DeWitt, a.k.a. The Grizz. Yippin' Yahoo, Moonshine, and Southern Pride. Let's go, Brandon, he says. Chickamauga, Georgia, on the East Coast. There you go. Thank you for joining us, buddy. Dutch, Solar Dutch, Sergeant at Arms, Sons of Liberty Riders MC. Hello, Dutch. How are you doing? Are you at work? Man, what a freaking mess. Oh, and like I said, I do feel a rally coming on. And the rally is I do think, timely, and we'll work this out this weekend, I do believe. We have church tomorrow, and for you guys out there that may not know about the biker world here, church is a meeting, our club meeting. So we have that tomorrow, and yeah, we'll be talking about this and other topics. We got a new chapter to bring in, and so we're all excited about that. And so, we now cover the territories all the way from Alabama on west all the way to Arizona. Yeah. That's right. So Dutch is working till 5 a.m. Wow. Wow. Are you going to manage any sleep, Dutch, before you go out to meet those other guys? Are you going to do that? Just what I'm saying. So yeah, this rally is that I'm proposing is about energy independence now, and I think now is the best time to start pushing that and pushing back against all this crap that we're hearing, where they're blaming the oil industry on everything that's going on. It's not the oil industry. It's this administration's attack on oil, and they're using banks, they're using everybody else, and these are the first salvos before they start using this kind of attacks on the rest of us. And we'll be talking about that in a minute. If you've been following Glenn Beck, which I haven't whole lot, but he's probably one of the best ones to explain what is going on. And you know, it's like McDonald's pulling out of Russia. They didn't do that because they wanted to. They were doing that because they were forced to. Yeah. And a lot of other companies are doing this stuff because they're forced to. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. And we'll be talking about this more as we go along. So what I see now, Biden has, he surely chose sides. And you know, it's not with the American people. He's not on our side. They want to control us using these methods we're going to be talking about here all this next week. And he hasn't chosen the side of Ukraine. I do believe he is slow walking the materials that they need. He's refused to give them jets to let their pilots go up against Russia. Their pilots, not ours. So, like I said, it's not the people of this country. Who he's taken sides with is because of his slow walking on the Ukraine issue. He's taken the side of Putin. And now he's taken the side of Iranian Ayatollahs. Along with that, he's taken the side of Venezuela, Maduro, and any other despot. And see, you know, and this is the weird thing about it. Democrats seem to like every devil there is out there in the world. Whether it's Cuba, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's Iran. I mean, it's just they can't wait to bail them out whenever they're in trouble. And that's the way I feel. That's what I see. And Southern Pride gas in Chattanooga, Tennessee is $4.25 a gallon. Yeah, if you saw the, matter of fact, let me show you this. Let me show you this real quick. This was taken last night here in the Dallas area, or Arlington is where that was. It's $4 a gallon last night. Now, I didn't look at it today. I hadn't been by there. But you see, diesel is at $5.09. And, of course, now, if you take $5.09 and multiply it by 80 gallons. That's about what it would cost to fill up my motorhome. So, yeah. So I'll be going around the block in my motorhome. I might be able to go to one of the local lakes. So, my wife and I were talking about selling that thing months ago. We probably should have pulled that trigger, but you know what? It's like anything else. It's something we own. It's something we have. We'll deal with it, whatever it is. Well, you know, it's not the first time we've been through this. It's surely not. But hopefully the cavalry is on the way in November. They damn sure better be. Oh, and let me say this. Our first rally will probably be local, and it'll probably be a surprise to where we go to first. And, you know, it is something for every other group out there to follow, because we're going to ratchet it up from there. So we'll be talking about that this weekend, yeah. So Dutch says he found gas yesterday in Alvarado, still has gas for $3.89. Not for long, Dutch. Not for long. I do believe it's heading on up. It's what's going to happen. It's going to cost us, I don't know what. Our Harleys run on premium, unless we start running mid-grade or something. But even at that, it's not that cheap. Still, it'll cost us around maybe $20 to fill up. I don't know. Close to it. At least it's 15, I know. So that's where we're at. Hey, everybody, like and share right now. Give us a bump. Give us a bump. So Biden is Cholin's chosen side. It's not us. They are now the party of the illegal immigrant. I'm sorry, illegal aliens. They are the party of the illegal aliens. They are the party of all the despots in the world. They are the party of high gas prices. They are the party of high inflation rates. They are the party that's going to destroy this country if we let them. It's what's going to happen. Okay, so Southern Pride says, yes, sir, I work down the road from my Outlaw MC clubhouse. It cost me $140 to fill up my truck. Let me tell you guys, that right there is a travesty. It really is. Now, it's not going to take long for us to look around and say, what in the hell are we going to give up? What are we going to give up? We're going to give up going to the movies? Because they're certainly out of sight. Who wants to buy a $7 bag of popcorn that costs them about maybe 30 cents to make? Oh, it's an awesome sauce. Welcome to the channel. It cost him $700 to fill up. To fill up what? That must be one hell of a truck, or is it a big rig? Wow. Wow. So are you going to start carpooling? Are you going to run out and buy a Tesla? Because let me tell you, I was looking at that this morning. Teslas can cost anywhere from the high 40,000 to all the way up to 100,000. Yeah, that's what you can pay for a Tesla. The new Hummer, the Hummer electric vehicle, that's $108,000. Yeah, run out and buy one, everybody. Run out and buy one. And the GMC, I don't even know whether they're even stuck on a price on that yet, but it'll be from 60,000 on up. Yeah. And you can still go about 329 miles, I think I read. Which will not get you across the state of Texas. without recharging. You know, I don't believe it has the same network as Tesla's. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe they're using their Tesla network. Maybe it's going to tell you where to go to get to charge up next. Just saying, everybody. Just saying. See, what they're doing to the oil companies right now is they are using the banks to go after them. In other words, they're telling people not to make loans, you know, and nobody wants that. Yeah, I thought that awesome sauce. And, you know, maybe this, well, let's put it this way. They're not making loans to the oil companies, and the oil companies don't want to be left holding the bag on something they may start and not be able to finish. And also the fact is that all kinds of regulations and hoops are making them jump through. And like I told you the other night, yeah, there's 9,000 places they can drill in, but they may not be profitable, and they have to explore those places. And then also the year before Biden took office, there were 37,000 leases available. And now there's just 9. Think about that, everybody. Think about that. So it's the Biden's policies that are screwing everything up, because he is attacking the oil industry. That's it. That is it. Yeah. Wow. You're talking about livestock. Have chicken for me to sell. Egg now we'll have to sell them for $20 a dozen. So if he's selling eggs now, he's got to sell them $20 a dozen, probably to make profit. Yeah. Oh, and of course the Biden administration don't want anybody making a profit. Oh, no. You know, I don't know whether you have to probably research it or not. Are they really asking farmers to destroy their crops? Is that really happening? And if so, why? Why? And I do believe, and I said early on, you know, a year ago, we were talking about this. We said, hey, all this is by design, what they're doing. If you tune in to Glenn Beck and what he's talking about, you know, it's ESG. Now, it's something your legislature should know something about. If he don't, you better go read Glenn Beck's book. Now, I haven't gotten it yet. It wasn't in the stores. It wasn't in the stores when I went looking for it. But he talks about ESG, and what it's called is environmental social governments. Now, I don't speak as clear as I used to because of all these cancer surgeries, but let me say environmental social governance. That's what ESG stands for when you hear that. And what they'll do is they'll use a social score on you. We've talked about this before, where they use a social score. And they want to do that to all of us. And let me tell you, everybody, Biden the other day asked for a study on digital currency. Government-run digital currency. Now, that's the last thing we need, is for them to be digging around in our bank accounts from digital currency. It's none of this, like I said, it's none of their business what I buy. It's none of their business what I do with my money. If I want to take it out here and throw it up in the air, that's my business, not theirs. Not theirs. Not one bit. It's none of their business who I support. It's none of their business whether I'm left or right or what. None of their business. It's none of the FBI's business of what I'm doing. As long as I'm not breaking the law, and of course, who knows, they'll accuse you of breaking the law, just like they did with the people on January 6th. And now they're admitting and stuff about all the FBI people that were there, that were actually influencing what went on. That's what I'm saying, everybody. And yeah, YouTube, I said it. If you don't like it, tough. I said that. It's the era of no accountability. Nobody's held accountable. But by God, when the pendulum swings, there better start being held accountable. Republicans better start holding people accountable. And Republicans better not go for this digital currency or the ESG, and you need to contact your legislator about this whenever you get to understand it, and it better be fast. It better be fast. And I do believe you can go to glennbecksbook.com, glennbecksnewbook.com, whichever one it is, and read the first chapter. And I think that may scare the hell out of you when you read it. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to. Because this is what I'm hearing about. And when you have the president asking for a study on digital run money run by the government. Sorry about that. You better pay attention. You better pay attention. There's a lot of things we got to pay attention to, but you know what? I'll tell you today, as I was watching some of the news, and I got to where I'm so upset about what we're doing to the Ukraine. Our government is. And we don't have no say-so in it. We can send some money, which I've done. I don't have that much, so I kind of spread it around and give a little bit to each organization that I feel deserves it. And all along I thought, where in the hell is the Red Cross? It took, what did it take, a couple of weeks for them to show up and start asking for money? I don't think I've seen any videos of them over in Poland or anywhere for that matter. Now, I've heard some former special ops guys that help get people out of Afghanistan are on the scene, and they're trying to get people out. And yeah, I sent them a little money. But I'm pretty careful about where I send it to. I want to make sure that, they're actually helping and not just trying to collect money. Tunnel for Towers said they were going to send $2 million to the relief effort in Poland. So yeah, I trust them. Sent them a little money. When I say a little money, I'm telling you $10 each. It's not going to break me. When I'm thinking around, I'm looking at as the price of everything going up. My wife and I were planning a vacation in the middle of April, and we were going to go across country in our automobile, not taking the motor home. It's just too damn expensive. So we now we're kind of up in limbo whether we're going to go or not. But I think we probably will anyway. Who knows? Maybe it's our last hurrah, everybody. To take a trip and stop at places along the way and stay in good hotels and just take it easy and have a good time. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it don't take much to make me happy. It really doesn't. On a trip like that. I don't have to be doing anything spectacular. So Mayor's Workshop, you spent $21 to fill up. What were you filling up, buddy? And Southern Pride, you're right. It's getting time for people to take this land back. It is our land, that's for sure. And yes, I know who you're talking about. So, so it's insanity what we're seeing. You know, it's self-inflicted, is what it is. Self-inflicted. I've spent the last 20 years fighting this mess. And it's like I've said many times, you guys have heard me say this. The more these two sides fight with each other, Republicans and Democrats, the more we slip into the abyss. And that's got to stop. Like I said the other night, Republicans don't know how to fight. But by God, they better learn really fast. And I'm preaching to everybody. And for you new guys here, what I'm saying out there and help me spread the word, we elect those bastards and they get up there and you know, don't do the things that it takes to save this country. One and done, everybody. If you get there and don't back us up, one and done. You're not going to get reelected. You're just not. Yeah, you're right. You know, and I agree with General Keane, who says the Russians have gotten into our politicians' heads. All he had to do was mention nukes. That's all he had to do to make them start jumping up and down, or at least give them the excuse not to do the things that are right and the things they should be doing. And I'm not too sure these sanctions are real. I'm so jaded that I don't believe a damn thing they're saying. I don't believe a damn thing they're saying. And I'm even suspicious of Republicans that say shit. I really am. I'm tired of being lied to. I'm tired of Joe Biden. He's been there for 46 frickin' years, and they've all been enriching themselves off of our backs, off of our dime. The list runs on and on and on, everybody. Yeah. Ride hard and die free. You know what? That's certainly right. That's certainly right. You know, it's like I said many times, you know, every time we go to battle over bikers' rights, and every time we go to the legislature, and every time we get close, but yet we still lose, And I'm always having to remind everybody, you don't frickin' give up. You don't give up. Ever. And I know bikers have that mentality. I know they do. But nobody likes politics. Hell, I don't like it, and I've been doing it 20 years. I can tell in a minute when they're lying to me, when they're telling me what they want me to hear. That's the reason I'm jaded to it all. I really am. You know, it's just like the crap that went on in Lubbock, where the police showed up at a COCI meeting, the first one they've had there in years. There was no reason for them to be there. If they did their homework, well, they would know what the COCI is, that it's a legitimate political organization. There was no reason for them to be there and harassing, because that's what they were doing. We don't have to put up with that. We can file complaints. Yes, we can. And yes, we will. That's what we'll do. And one way with this government to file a complaint is by public demonstrations. They don't have to be violent. We don't have to be knocking heads with anybody. But we don't need anybody showing up raining on our parade. That's for sure. We don't need anybody raining on our parade. Because we're no harm to anybody else. All we want is our politicians to do the right thing for this country. Now, many bikers are veterans like me, and my friend OG, who is the co-founder of Sons of Liberty Riders MC, also the co-founder of Texas Biker Radio. We've been doing these podcasts together for years, over 500, well, close to 500 shows. Now, when he tells me he's ready to come back, he'll be ready to come back. And then we'll start the count again. And like I said, we're close to 500 podcasts. You can kind of figure that out, you know. 1 or 2 a week. How long that is. We've been doing this a long time. And yeah, we've improved our podcast all along the way. And yes, we built this studio here. I did this by Uber driving. Yeah, Uber Eats built this little studio. And of course, the help of my brothers, they're building a thing. Yeah. These are the kind of things we do. And we hope that everybody now is willing to stand up. If you're not, let me tell you, we're going to be toast. If you're going to stick your head in the sand, and I'm not talking about you guys, I know you guys are all in. But there's many of us, even the ones that are on our side, that hate politics so bad they don't want to look around and see what's going on. And that's sad. That's sad. But hey, we'll be meeting tomorrow, and well, let's put it this way. If I say we're going to have a rally, we're going to have a rally. But we'll be giving the particulars on it as we go forward here. First thing we have to do is plan it. Next thing we have to do is pick a date. And generally try and pick a date when the weather's pretty good. You know, yeah, Elliot hates to hold the rally. I mean, here in Texas right now, it's March. We had a cold front come through. It's going to get down to about, they said possibly 24 tonight. And then tomorrow it's going to warm back up into the 60s, I do believe, or 50s, high 50s. And then from there into next week, it's back up in the 70s. So we look forward to better riding weather, that's for sure. And we look forward to getting out there and seeing what we can stir up. And right now you can write down a bunch of stuff on the wall and just throw a dart at it and say, well, which one do we want to tackle this week? But I do believe energy independence now is a must for this country. It's the only way to turn things around, and let me tell you, the Biden administration and his minions are going to fight us every step of the way. What we've got to do is overwhelm everybody. We've got to overwhelm. Now the truckers, I haven't heard much on them today. I guess they're still up in there in D.C. riding around in circles. I don't know that they changed their narrative much, but now I do believe that the government out there is still pushing masks, wearing masks for children. They're still advertising masks on the CDC on the TV. And, that may go, they may have been supposed to play those ads for X amount of days. But we'll see if it ends. We'll see if it ends. I do not wear the damn things unless I have to. And as everybody knows, I've taken on a part-time job to make up for this $3,000 that inflation is stealing from us. It's the hidden tax. I guess that's what they call it, a hidden tax. That's what it's cost us now, about $3,000 a year, and that's going up, everybody. That's going to be going up. Yeah. Southern Pride, the people in the White House, are supposed to be working for us, but I do not believe they are. They're working against us, is what they're doing. So we'll see. Like I said, I've taken a part-time job, and, I can work when I want to. And so, it's just a couple days a week or whatever, just to add some extra money. May fill my motorhome up. Just saying. Maybe some of the maintenance on the cars and the stuff that happens around the house to help out. But, I shouldn't be having to do this. And I really don't. But, I feel I need to. I just feel I need to. So as long as I'm feeling good, I'm going to do it. But with that, everybody, share and like this video. Send it out there to your friends. And have them join us next time. We'll be back on, let me see, it's tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. Be back on Monday evening. And I'm sure we're going to have something. God forbid that Russia finds Zelensky. And I really hope our country starts doing the right thing. And Russia's not the only one with nukes. I don't think we should let him bully us. And I don't see where fighter jets would hurt. Third generation MiGs would hurt. I would think the javelins and stuff that Trump gave them, and the Stingers and stuff that Trump gave them, and those things that Biden says they gave them, I don't know. But we're not giving them what they need for success. This is where I'm at. And Monday night, you can give me your opinion. Join us Monday night. We'll be taking questions from the chat line. And, if I can, I don't know, I'll look at a call-in show. I'll see what we need to do to rig that up. I got a guy to call about that. But, hey, go learn about ESG, Environmental Social Governance. Take a look at it, learn what it is, and tell everybody about it. With that, everybody, have a great evening, and ride safe this weekend, everybody. Ride safe. This is Popeye, Sons of Liberty Riders MC, Texas Biker Radio. Bye-bye.